Welcome to Stache Sports, episode 37. Wow, 37 episodes. That's a lot of episodes so far. Thank you for watching all my episodes so far. And thank you for watching all my episodes so far. Today, the Pittsburgh Penguins take on the New York Rangers and take on old coach Mike Sullivan in Pittsburgh at 3 p.m. on ABC. The Penguins are looking red hot of late. Are on a really good win streak of late. Sidney Crosby and Malkin and the young Penguins are looking really good. The New York Rangers are coming off a couple losses recently and are looking really good under Mike Sullivan, and Dan Muse is turning the Pittsburgh Penguins around. It's going to be interesting to see what the crowd reacts tonight, how the crowd reacts tonight to Dan Sullivan, or Mike Sullivan, and the New York Rangers. But I think the Pittsburgh Penguins win tonight. That's right. And I know I say that all the time because I'm a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, and I always think they're going to win. But I really do. I really do think the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to win tonight. And I think it's going to be a decent win. I think the Penguins are on a hot streak right now, and I think they get to 6 wins. Or 6-win streak. I think they get to a 6-game win streak and continue to winning ways. I think they continue on their winning streak. But we'll see. I think Crosby scores tonight. I think Malkin scores. I think Ben Kendall gets another goal. Maybe the Russian kid that we got from Columbus. He's been doing really good. That's looking like a really good trade for the Pittsburgh Penguins. I wonder if Slovis is going to play tonight or Stuart Skinner. Slovis is looking really good this year. At first, at the beginning of the year, he didn't look so good, but he's been turning it around a lot recently and looking a lot better. Just hope we don't get to a shootout round because the Penguins, like we know, have not been looking good in the shootouts. But the Penguins have been on a hot streak, like I said, and I think they win. And I think they win in a dominant fashion tonight in Pittsburgh against the New York Rangers. I think Crosby scores. I think Malkin scores. I think Connor Duhar gets another goal tonight. I think Brian Kendall might score, or Ben Kendall might score, but we'll see. But today's episode is mostly about my love affair for WWE. Today is WWE's Royal Rumble event in Saudi Arabia. For those of you that don't know, the Royal Rumble is what kicks off the road to WrestleMania, and this year's WrestleMania will be in Las Vegas like it was last year. But today's Royal Rumble is going to be in Saudi Arabia, and it's at 2 p.m., so that's why I'm doing the video a little early today, so I can do my predictions. For those of you that don't know, a Royal Rumble has 30 participants for men's and women's, and the object of it is to throw your opponent over the rope until the last opponent comes into the ring. And they have a time limit where they come in, and they have a time limit where they have participants come in, and it doesn't matter what number you are. There are going to be a lot of surprises tonight, and we'll get onto that. We'll get into that later on, who I expect to be surprises, and who I expect might be coming back from injury or being on the shelf or being on a little vacation from a while. But we'll get onto that later on in the video. But anyway, the way to win the Royal Rumble is to throw everybody over the rope and be the last person standing. And if you're the last person standing, then you get a championship belt, or get a championship matchup you're choosing at WrestleMania, one of the major champions. And that's your WrestleMania. You punch your ticket to main event in WrestleMania one night. Since now it's a 2-night event after COVID happened. But they switched WrestleMania to 2 nights so they can get more money and have a 2-night event, which I like a lot better because it's not as crammed in as it used to be when it was a 1 night for WrestleMania. But now it's a 2-night WrestleMania, so for the women's Royal Rumble, whoever wins that will punch their ticket to the men, and whoever wins the men's Royal Rumble will punch their ticket to WrestleMania, and then later on tell you who they're going to fight for the championship belt. And sometimes it works out where they win it, and sometimes it doesn't. But we'll see what happens to that. It's going to be interesting to see what happens at the Royal Rumble tonight. Who's going to be the surprises? Triple H said there's going to be a lot of surprises, but we'll see. Sometimes Triple H says that there's going to be a lot of surprises, and it's not that much surprises. And then it's like, oh, it's Seth Rollins, he was hurt and he's coming back, or whatever. But we'll see. We'll get into that again later on. One of the first matches is Gunther versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a long veteran wrestler who's going to retire this year, and is putting his career on the line tonight against Gunther. I think Gunther should win, in my personal opinion, Because, for those of you that don't know, in John Cena's last match, that was on Saturday night's main event, John Cena lost to Gunther, and Gunther tapped him out. And Gunther won that match. And it was heartbreaking for John Cena fans to watch that. But John Cena lost his last match. And in my personal opinion, Triple H can't go back in creativity, because I know people think that I know they know the outcome, but Triple H can't go back and make AJ Styles win and make Gunther lose his first match after beating the GOAT John Cena and one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. You can't go back and lose to AJ Styles. No offense to AJ Styles. AJ Styles is a good wrestler, and AJ Styles is a really good wrestler, and I think he has a really good career. I just don't think that you're gonna have Gunther lose right away when he's gonna. I don't think you're gonna have Gunther lose right away after his first big fight after beating John Cena, who's the greatest of all time. He's one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. But we'll see. I think it's gonna be a good match, but who knows? There might be interference. But like I said, I think Gunther's gonna win this match. It's gonna be a good match. It's gonna be hard fought. But I just can't see Gunther losing his first big match after beating John Cena. Another match we have is for the WWE Undisputed Championship between Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre. This is Drew McIntyre's first defense of the title after beating Cody Rhodes for the title on a shocking SmackDown, I think, or whenever he beat him. But this is Drew McIntyre's first title defense. I think it's going to be a good match. I don't know if it's going to be an interference to try to build up any more storylines later on in the end of this match, but I don't know. I want Sami Zayn to win, and I think he's going to win at some time, but I just don't know if it's going to be now, and if they're going to have AJ Styles, if they're going to have Sami Zayn, if they're going to have Drew McIntyre lose after he won it. I don't think they're going to have him lose, but I want to see Sami Zayn win, but who knows. With that all being said, I think it's going to be a close match. I don't know if it's going to be any interferences or any surprises. It just depends, because I think the Women's Royal Rumble is going to start off it, and then that might be the next one, or the Gunther match, and then the Men's Royal Rumble will be the main event. But we'll see. But anyway, I think, even though I don't want him to win, I think Drew McIntyre wins in a close one if there's no form of cheating or no interference in the match. I think Drew McIntyre wins in a close match over Sami Zayn. So far, we have 17 women. So far, we have 17 women announced for the Royal Rumble. The women are Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Bayley, Lyra Valkyria, Asuka, Chelsea Green, Jordan Grace, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Last Legend, Julia, Megan Dupree, and Becky Lynch have all announced for the Women's Royal Rumble. The Women's Royal Rumble has 17 opponents and they need 30 more. There's going to be a lot of surprises. I wonder who's going to come back. Some people are going to come back for the Women's Royal Rumble, or maybe people like Bianca Belair. She's been out for quite a while, and I don't think she's having a baby like Naomi. I don't think Naomi's going to come back. So I think Naomi's still having a baby, so I don't think she's going to come back. So it'll be interesting. A lot of rumors around the WWE world before today, so I don't see anything today, because I don't want to be spoiled or have anything ruined. A lot of rumors are maybe Paige, a.k.a. Saraya from AEW, comes back to WWE tonight as one of the surprise opponents. I think there's going to be a lot of people from TNA wrestling that come in for maybe the women's surprise opponents too in the Royal Rumble, because TNA and WWE have a partnership, and TNA just got a recent deal with AMC, so I think they're going to try to do that. And then maybe some people from AAA wrestling that they own, that's a little undercard, or maybe people from NXT, will come up for the women's. But with that all being said, if it's no big surprise women but come in and ruin it, I pick There was no big surprise women like Paige, but I don't know who's going to come in. That's the problem with picking it right now because you're just trying to pick it. You're just picking it from who's in the field. But if I had to pick it from who's in the field right now, unless there's a surprise woman that comes in, I think it's going to be Alexa Bliss. There. I want Alexa Bliss to win. I don't know if she's going to win. That might be a bad pick, but I think Alexa Bliss might win. And we might try to get an Alexa Bliss tour or whatever. But we'll see. And everyone could be Asuka. Asuka's a heavy favorite too. She could win. That's more who I could see winning too is Asuka. Or maybe give it to somebody young, like maybe Liv Morgan wins it. Or maybe Liv Morgan wins it. I say Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, or Asuka are the top three that might win it in a Women's Royal Rumble. But we'll see. A bit interesting to see who the surprise women are. Because besides, unless Bianca Belair comes, that might be my favorite. She comes back. But she's been on the shelf for recently. But I can't remember. I don't know much other women that have been injured or been out of action for a while in WWE. But we'll see what happens to that. Like I said before, I think Gunther's going to win. And I think Drew McIntyre's going to win. Now on to the Men's Royal Rumble. In the Men's Royal Rumble, we already have 22 participants out of 30 possible participants. Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Jey Uso, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Penta, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, Jovan Evans, Obafemi, Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, Damian Priest, Trick Williams, The Miz, Ilya Dragunov, Matt Cardona, and that's it. That's a bit stacked field so far. A lot of people think Braun Breaker might win. I mean, Braun Breaker might win it, but I think the odds are going to be stacked against the Vision, and people are going to come and try to attack the Division because the whole Vision is in it now. He's a new Paul Heyman's group, and I think people are going to try to attack that. But I think he could win it, but we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see, but we'll go back to that later on. Some people that could come back from injury for the Men's Royal Rumble are LA Knight. He's been out for quite a while. He could maybe come back. I can see him coming back. Maybe get a Chad Gable back. Thank you! Maybe get a Chad Gable back from injury. He's been out for quite a while. I don't know about Kevin Owens. He's been out for quite a while. But I don't know if his injury is bad because I saw recently that it might be bad. I don't know if he's coming back or if he had a surgery recently. But Kevin Owens has been out. So Kevin Owens might come back. Or he might get Seth Rollins back because Seth Rollins has been injured too. But other than that, maybe we get people from NXT or people from TNA, like I said before, in the women's, or from AAA wrestling, like I said in the women's. But some of the rumor surprises are Powerhouse Hobbs, who used to be in the AEW. He used to be in AEW. He could be a possible surprise opponent tonight, who's signed with the WWE. And a lot of people think Chris Jericho is going to come back, but I don't know if Chris Jericho is going to come back or not. I don't know if Chris Jericho is going to come back or not. But we'll see. But anyway, I think Gunther's going to win it because I think it's the year of Gunther after beating John Cena. If Gunther doesn't win it, I think next could be Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker is another top opponent that could win the Men's Royal Rumble. Or, since I did three, Randy Orton. I would want Randy Orton to win it. But I don't know. I hope there's a lot of surprises this year. I want Randy Orton to win it. But I think it's going to be either Braun Breaker or Gunther that wins it. But we'll see. Those are my three. And my three in the women's are Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, and Asuka. But we'll see who wins that. A lot of surprises. But anyway, let's hope there's a lot of surprises this year in WrestleMania. In the Royal Rumble. Because to me, this year's Royal Rumble has seemed lackluster and less of attempt. Other years is like all these people will come out and have like all these good interests and be like, oh, I'm in the Royal Rumble. This year for Roman Reigns, who's been there for a while, all they had is a video package for Roman Reigns to say he was in the Royal Rumble. And then Brock Lesnar called the Pat McAfee show to tell them he was in the Royal Rumble, and other people have been doing it on social media this year. But I don't know. In just other years, it seems like the WWE has built up the Royal Rumble compared to this year. I could be wrong, and I might be wrong, but I just think the WWE built it up in more years past. But we'll see. I hope it's a lot of surprises today. It's a good event. It starts at 2 p.m. on ESPN and the ESPN streaming service, ESPN Extreme or ESPN Unlimited. But the WWE starts at 2 p.m. today on ESPN because it's in Saudi Arabia. Also, Saudi Arabia built a whole new stadium for this Royal Rumble event and built them a brand new stage. So they're probably putting a lot of money into it, so maybe they have a lot of surprises up their sleeves. It's going to be interesting to see because, like you know, the Royal Rumble, anything can happen. So we'll see what happens in the Royal Rumble today. I think Gunther's going to win it. I think Drew McIntyre's going to win. My three women are Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, and Asuka to win it right now because I don't know if it's going to be who the surprises are going to be. And my three men are Gunther, Randy Orton, because I'm wearing my Randy Orton shirt, and Braun Breaker to win it. Thank you for watching my videos. We'll have a recap tomorrow on my opinions of it, or whenever I watch it. But thank you for watching my videos. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. This is Stache Sports signing off.